Hey fellas, Sick here. So today we are taking a look at the best Minecraft mods for 1.21, which have been recently released. Links to all these mods will be in the description. So let's start the video. Deadly Dungeon is really underrated dungeon mod. It adds new sprawling, randomly generated dungeons with multiple levels of difficulty, loot and bosses. The mod is ideal if you want an adventure or a real challenge. Difficulty level of dungeon increases as you descend into the dungeon and the loot becomes better. A total of 7 different dungeons are added into the game, which are huge, extremely detailed and really fun to explore. If you're going to these dungeons, especially the underground ones, make sure to have really good gear and smite sword, because the mobs on the lower levels are really strong and tanky. Explosive Enhancement is a simple cosmetic mod, which makes the explosion look more realistic by adding new particles to them. It makes the TNT and Creeper explosion more appealing to watch. Camps Castles. Carriages is a structure mod which adds a variety of new structures into your world, some of which are really small, such as Wandering Trader's Camp, Pillager's Broken Carriage, Witch's Wagon, whereas some of them are huge, such as the Red Roof Castle, the Ruined Drum Tower, and Castle of the Undead. All of these structures contains good loot which may or may not be guarded by hostile mobs or sometimes even bosses. There are no new blocks added, keeping it vanilla style, so they are perfect for people who want to add some more variation, but who don't expect gigantic dungeons with a lot of loot. Legendary Monsters is mod that adds 9 new challenging creatures into the game. For defeating any of these mobs, you will be rewarded a weapon. Possessed Paladin is found in the eerie abandoned structure, which wields a large netherite sword and uses it to stun us when we are not careful enough. It has 2 different phases. In the first phase, it has a normal texture and can apply broken armor effect on its enemies, whereas in the second phase, it transforms into a golden possessed paladin, which gives a bleeding effect on attacking. Frostbitten Golem is a big frozen golem that can be found in snowy and cold biomes. When defeated, it drops frozen rune, which can be used to craft the Great Frost or Frostbitten Shield. Endersent is a very scary and dangerous entity which deals a lot of damage and can teleport after attacks. It can also give Chorus Infection effect to players, as a reward player can get the Chorus Crystal. This item allows player to craft the Chorus Blade or the Chorus Mask. Cloud Golem is a really strong and tanky creature, which has 2 phases. In the first phase, it summons big explosive clouds above its enemies, and in the second phase it becomes more angry and starts fighting using its 2 arms and summoning lightning bolts. When defeated, it drops air rune, which can be used to craft Wand of Clouds or atmospheric boots or Axe of Lightning. Night is a neutral creature that can be brought to life after defeating Possessed Paladin using Night Summoner item, which can be tamed using iron ingots. Once it's tamed, it will attack every entity you want him to attack. You can also change its armor color by holding Shift plus right click and holding iron ingot or gold ingot or diamond or emerald or amethyst. You can make it stay or follow you by right clicking. It also regenerates its health naturally. This mod adds many more mobs and bosses, which you can check on this mod's website. I can't show them all because the video will become quite long. Immersive Guns is well-designed gun mod, which adds a lot of guns to Minecraft, having realistic style and amazing sound effects. There are more than enough guns, each having unique reloading animations, unique holding animations, and different sound effects enhancing the realism and enjoyment of the game. All these weapons can be inspected just like in the first-person shooter games. I strongly suggest this mod if you are searching for a gun mod for Fabric. This is one of the best mods out there. Variants and Ventures is a vanilla plus mod, which adds mob variants into the game that make the mobs more diverse and more fun to come across. A few of those mob variants are Gelid, which is a frozen zombie and can be found in cold biomes. It inflicts freezing effect upon attack. Verdant, which is a jungle skeleton which can fire poison-tipped arrows. Merc is a new skeleton variant that lives underwater. You can find the Merc in the warm ocean biomes. Spawn Animations mod goes really well with the last mod. This mod makes the hostile mobs dig out of the ground or poof into existence when they spawn rather than appearing out of thin air. It is a client-side mod, which means it can also be used on servers. Moog Soaring Structures brings life, fun and variety to your Minecraft world by adding lots of floating islands with cool buildings and more to explore. All these new structures are made with vanilla blocks and entities, filled with great loot, strong enemies, and villagers along the way. I know it's hard or maybe boring to climb that high in the early stage of game without Elytra, but the loot up there is definitely worth it, and even those structures are really fun to explore. Leave Me Alone is mod, designed for Fabric. This mod allows you to pass through leaves smoothly, without any collision only if you are riding a horse or even a pig. This way you can enjoy your horse rides without being disturbed by those leaves. Additionally, the mod adjusts the camera to ignore collision with leaves while controlling a vehicle entity, enhancing the overall gameplay. Mob Captains. This mod adds new mini-bosses into the game, which are a stronger version of hostile mobs. If you don't have good gear, then I will suggest you to not mess with these guys. They are actually strong and can cause you a lot of trouble. They have 4 different levels of difficulties: common, uncommon, rare, and legendary, which can easily be distinguished for each other. Common mobs are slightly easy to take care of, whereas legendaries are really powerful. These mob captains drops enchanted items when defeated. These drops are not possible to obtain in vanilla Minecraft, which means fighting these mob captains is really beneficial only if you can defeat them.